All right, let's start today's practice in a seated position. You might raise up the hips a little higher than the knees. Maybe just start with a deep breath. Just allow your attention to come inwards. You might just take a moment to notice how you feel on this day, remembering every day is different, every day is unique. So what's the opportunity of this day? Opportunity for growth, for transformation, moving towards freedom. Let's take our hands down by the side. Breathing in, lifting up, welcoming in new energy. And as you sigh out, just bring the hands down in front of the face. Just noticing where you are. Lifting up, inhaling. Letting go. And one more time. Let's bring our hands to rest on the body. You might take one to heart center, one to the lower belly. Bringing attention to the breath. Sufi poet Rumi tells us to welcome each thought into our mind as an honored guest, no matter what it is, without any judgment, good or bad, right or wrong. So as you notice your next thought come into your mind, just say welcome, let it be there without any analysis, without any judgment. Our mind tends to be a hoarder. We just take so many things in. All day we think, all night we dream. We often don't give our mind a break. So you might just think of today's practice as mind training. We do so much for our body. We trim our nails, we cut our hair, we exercise, but what do we do for our mind? Feel yourself just in the act of being still at the start of this practice or any practice. You find yourself becoming restless or distracted. Just notice that. How can we create some space in this hoarding mind that we have? Just a little bit of room to move about. Room for something new. Might be a new habit. Might be a new person. New thing to discover, to be curious about. How can we move away from our everyday habit energy of just doing the same things and truly make some space? If your eyes are closed, slowly blink them open. You might like to take your hands down onto the body. Let's just start with some gentle seated movements. We'll take a breath in, lift our chin up, look up, and then sigh out, draw the chin into the chest. One more time. And letting go. Let's draw our hands to heart center. Take a breath in. And letting go. Fingers to one shoulder, chin to the other. Inhale back to the center. And let it go. Meeting back in the middle. Let's take right ear to the right shoulder. And you might like to extend out your left arm, just let it be heavy. Make sure your right shoulder stays heavy. We're going to roll the chin into the chest, come all the way around to the other ear, meeting the shoulder, and then roll it back. Meet back in the middle. Let's take left ear to left shoulder, shoulder stays heavy. You might like to extend that other arm out. Roll the chin to the chest, come all the way over, and then back. And we'll meet back. Let's sweep our arms behind, interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulders towards each other. Chest is open. Let your shoulder blades drop down. Neck is long. Crown of the head lifting high. And let it go. Let's shake out wrists. And we'll just roll our chin to the chest, loose fists and elbows together. As we exhale, open the chest. Keep going in your own breath. Two more times. And when you're ready, just roll over. We're going to come up to a standing position. Press yourself up. And you might like to just shake out arms, shake out legs. And we'll start today just by rolling our wrists. And as we roll the wrists, you might like to lift one heel and roll ankle as well. Both directions. Let's take that heel down, switch sides. Let's bring our feet together, knees together, and just cup over your knees, small circles here. Let's go both directions. And we'll slowly lift up. Let's bring the thumbs back either side of the base of our tailbone. And we're just going to roll through the hips. Move as slowly as you can. Just like the bear coming out of hibernation. Apparently bears spend another 3 weeks when they come out of hibernation, just moving very slowly, still sleeping a lot, not moving far from their home, rushing out of lockdown into the world. And Emily and me found out recently that just before hibernation, bears apparently eat 100,000 blueberries per day. Which, if you go by the price at our local deli, means that theirs must be very rich.
I find them all. That's a lot of blueberries.
It's a lot of blueberries. I don't know what would happen if we ate 100,000 blueberries, but it wouldn't be good. All right, let's come up to our shoulders now. We'll just roll the shoulders. Both directions. And we'll take one arm up, one arm down. We're just going to pulse gently behind the back. And then switch sides. You might like to just keep your attention on your feet as you do this. And we'll bring the arms down. We're going to connect with the top of our shoulder and the bottom of our shoulder blade, swinging from side to side. And you might just like to step out and shift your weight as well. Now we'll slowly come back and meet in the middle. Let's take hand in opposite elbow, stepping one ankle or heel out, drop the weight in the back of the body. Keep your back straight, chin up. Make sure there's no pressure on the knee here. You don't want to be leaning too far forward. Take one more breath. And slowly coming back up. And we'll switch sides. Straighten that leg, drop the weight back as far back as you can. Take a breath. And slowly pressing back up. Let's do a little bit of balance work. We'll take both arms up and down. Just find a rhythm with your breath before you lift either of your feet. Side out. Breath is coming from the belly, from the abdomen. That feeling of center, breath coming from within, not from head to belly, but arising from the mid part of the body. This is where we find our balance, where we find calm and ease. When you feel ready, shift your weight to one foot. Let's lift the other knee up. And then slowly bring it back down. And if you need to rest on a chair or the wall, please do that. Just move with the breath. You might like to not keep your eye on the screen. It's usually not that good to be watching someone else balancing when you're trying to balance yourself. Just notice how you can focus on your internal energy. You might just bring all your attention underneath the toes, underneath the heels. This time we're going to lift up. And as we sigh out, press out and point the toes. Inhale back up. And let it go. Keep moving with your own breath. And just notice as you start to move into this form, whether you start holding your breath or inviting tension to your jaw, to your cheeks, to your neck. And we'll do one more. Let's take both our arms up above the head, big breath in. And as we sigh out, we're going to take the hands down and just take one foot just a little behind the body. Inhale to lift back up. And then drop that foot down. Shift to the other side. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, press through the foot while you take the other foot behind. Inhale to lift back up. Knee comes up just a little. And then we shift down. Even though there's less movement here, sometimes this one can feel a little trickier. Keep attention under the standing leg. And you want your knee just to be a little bit bent. All the muscles of your leg are switched on here. Body is heavy. One more time each side. And let's just allow our arms to come down by the side of the body. And we'll just take a few moments in our Wuji stance, a stance of emptiness. I taught someone the other day and they said they were really confused between the difference between the part of the practice where we're warming up and the part of the practice where we're doing Qigong forms. And I gave them a cryptic answer, which was, not only is there no difference between those two, but there's also no difference between practice and life. Every time we do anything, everything is connected. So whatever energy we have in practice, we should be taking out into whatever we have to achieve next, whoever we meet. So no need to segment life into practice life and real life, or warm-up life and real Qigong life. All of Qigong is just about learning to be ourselves. So don't think I'm learning Qigong today, just think I am learning about myself. How do I learn about myself? I learn about myself by forgetting about myself. Letting go of habits, letting go of conditioning, letting go of right, wrong, good, bad, like, dislike, whatever it might be. All right, so now that we've finished the warm-up, let's do some Qigong forms. And we'll start just with very simple form for the metal element. We're going to do one form for each of the 5 elements in today's practice. And we'll start just by sweeping the hands across and then opening out. And then turning the palm over, sighing out and down. Inhale, opening. And exhale, sighing out. Pause the breath to bring the arms down. So find your own rhythm with your breath, pressing into the toes and heels. Letting the shoulders be heavy. When our metal element is out of balance, we feel sadness or grief. We're holding on a little too tightly to things that might not be present for us anymore. when we bring it into balance, it's through appreciation of this time, of here, of now, of small things. Might just be the fact that the sun is out today. Whatever it might be for you. It's the appreciation of what is here, what is present. Next time we bring the hands down, we're just going to bring them in front of our dantian. Just maybe 6 inches in front of the belly, fingers turned in. And let your shoulders and elbows be heavy. You might like to bring your awareness under the feet. Maybe pressing through the heel, through the ball of the toe, through the toe itself. And as you come into stillness, come into your breath, if you feel your mind wandering away, just notice wherever it's taking you, and you might just label that as a thought. Neither good nor bad, neither right or wrong. Just welcome it in, just as Rumi would. This thought is an honored guest. Allow it to be here. For our water element today, we're going to do some teacup forms. So we'll take our left hand, rest the knuckles on the base of the spine. Right hand is going to sweep across the body, out. And then we breathe in to take it behind. Keep the palm facing up as we turn the fingers all the way around. And we sigh out again. So just find your own rhythm here. Don't worry if it feels a little confusing. And we're keeping our eyes on the fingers the whole way. So we're turning our spine with the palm leading that twist. You want to challenge yourself a bit more. If your spine is feeling good, you might like to straighten out the arm. Just a little bit less of a bend in the elbow, and this will just mean you're going into a slightly deeper back bend. We're going to bring the right arm behind the back, rest it against the tailbone again. The left hand comes across. Side out. Inhale, lifting up. Keep your eyes on the fingers and letting go. We'll meet back in the center. This time we're going to take our palms behind and just hold them a little away from the base of the tailbone. Shoulders are heavy, fingers are pointing in. Just allow your whole body to be heavy, pressing down through the toes again. Just come back to the breath when you're ready. You might like to invite just that small hint of a smile. Just letting all the tension in your face drift away. And let's slowly bring our hands forward. We'll take right leg in front of the left. We'll kind of come into our bow stance. So back leg is straight, toes are turned in, knee is directly over the ankle at the front. So we'll do the form called the monkey presenting fruit for our wood element. Let's take our head over the front foot. We'll inhale to draw the hands back. And then turn the palms, little fingers come together, sigh out. Inhale to lean back. Exhale, letting go. And feel like we're offering. Feel like our chest and heart is open. Generosity, kindness. Accepting whatever comes to us, whatever energy the world brings us, without resisting, without pushing away. One more time. Let's step the left foot forward and right foot back. Arrive in our bow stance again. Turn the hips to face forward. Let's inhale to draw energy in. Exhale, shift the weight forward. If you feel any pressure in that front knee, just come up a little higher. Make sure you're not taking the knee over the ankle or leaning too far forward. One more time. Now we'll step out right foot. So bring the feet under the hips again. This time we're going to float our arms forward, fingers pointing in. Shoulders and elbows heavy, chest open. And as you come back to the breath, you might start to feel that sense of energy in between the arms, between the hands and heart. So as we breathe in, you might feel the arms expand just a little. And as we sigh out, you might feel them come back together. Just this sense of our energy outside of our own skin, our own body. We always think we're super clever and that we can hide our habit energy, but in fact, most people know exactly what we're thinking, how open we are, how much we're listening, how attentive we might be. I always think we're so clever hiding that, but most people know. So you might just focus on that space in between the arms. Following the pattern of the breath. If the mind is still hoarding and inviting in thought after thought after thought, just notice that too. Maybe take a big sigh out. Create a bit of space. Right at the point when your mind tells you arms are too heavy, maybe your mind is saying, I don't like this, or why am I doing this? Whatever story it's saying, just notice that that story is there. Take another breath. We can sit with things that aren't always pleasant. Learning to be more resilient. Whatever we live through, it doesn't kill us, makes us a little bit stronger, a little bit more aware of what we're capable of. And we tend to survive every challenge, even though we often feel like we're not. As long as we're alive, the very definition of being alive is that we have survived the challenges that we have had. So you might just sit a little longer in this awareness of just being able to sit with discomfort. Let it be here. Take another breath. Noticing how strong we can be. And then slowly bringing the arms down. You might like to just shake out, just notice that energy moving through the body. All right, we'll move into our fire element. Let's take our arms out to the sides, inhaling. Pause the breath and turn the palms up, and then we'll sigh out, draw the little fingers together. Sink into the heels. Inhale, draw energy in. And then exhale, push out. Pause the breath again. Turn the palms up. We're going to lift up, reaching up. Wrists come together, palms come together, and then slowly coming down in front of the body, prayer hands. And you might just come down as far as you can until you feel that tightness in the back of your legs. We're going to inhale and draw new energy up through the body. Exhale. Inhaling, lifting up. Pause the breath, turn the palms up, and then sigh out. Inhale, drawing in. Whatever is present, just let it go, sigh it out. Let's take a breath in and lift up, reaching high. And then slowly bring those hands down in front of the body. Head just below the heart. Let the head be heavy. Take a breath in, reaching back up. And storing this new energy, new feeling in the body. Let's do a couple more rounds. When our fire element is in balance, you might feel love, compassion, contentment, joy. But when out of balance, we might struggle to sleep. We might feel a little scattered. Struggling to focus, to get things done. So as we move through the breath, with the breath, allow yourself to feel each movement. One more time. Let's just take our palms to stay pointing down towards the ground, fingers turned in. Sense of heaviness in the shoulders. Bring all your attention underneath the feet. You might like to press through each toe, ball of the foot, the heel. Final form we'll do in today's practice is for our earth element. We're going to stack our hands in the midline of the body, maybe right hand on top, left hand underneath. Just take a moment to take a breath and feel that energy in between the palms again. When you're ready, take a breath in. As we sigh out, lower hand comes out in a big kind of circle or figure eight. Inhaling to draw back to the center line. And then top hand sighs out, takes its own circle. Inhaling back to the center and then letting go. So just move from side to side. Breathing in when we come back to the center. Breathing out when our arms move away from the body. And you just keep your attention on the center line, this idea of balance and healing, ease, well-being. Our earth element, we focus on what we can control, our internal energy, our actions, our choices. And we teach ourselves to ignore everything in the periphery, all the distractions, all the restlessness that take our attention away. So often we can, in our mind, blame other people, other situations, all these things out of our control. So today we just bring our attention to the center, to this idea of balance, always returning to the center, no matter what challenges we have, no matter where our attention might be drawn away. We can only control ourselves, our own actions. We can waste so much energy trying to fix or control or change the world. Maybe when we focus on ourselves, this is when we have the most influence on those around us, those we care about, those that are in our thoughts. One more time each side. And then we'll gently bring our hands down to our dantian, the center of gravity in our body. Taking a few moments to notice how we feel after just 45 minutes of practice today. When you're ready, just draw the palms together, create last little bit of heat. And if it feels right to you, you might like to bring the hands to the face, make a small intention for the day ahead. And when you're ready, let's draw our palms together and just acknowledge shared energy of practicing each time we connect.